Hello people, myself Urvashi Gaur and welcome to my channel. And today we'll be discussing about is herd immunity a medicine for Covid-19? So first of all, let's understand what is herd immunity, why we are talking about herd immunity, why it is so important today to talk about this herd immunity, why the world is talking about herd immunity today. Is this a new strategy to fight against COVID-19? Herd immunity is the immunity against the virus. So, it's a indirect protection from infectious disease when a large number of people or large portion of the population becomes immune to the virus.
Now let's understand what is herd immunity by diagram. So here is coronavirus COVID-19, and when a person is exposed or who are exposed and recovered, they have antibodies against the virus and they are called herd immune. Now look at this simple diagram. As you can see, blue ones are those without immunity, red people are infected, and yellow ones have developed immunity against COVID-19. In first scenario, you can see no one is immunized, so the virus is spreading very rapidly. In second scenario, only few of them are immune. Let's say 30% of population is immune, so infected person will infect or affect those who do not have immunity. Immunized individuals are not sufficient to break the chain. So, in the third scenario, you can see most of the people, like 80% of people, are immunized and chain of infection is stopped. So, this population we will say that they have achieved herd immunity. Herd immunity can be achieved in two scenarios. Either we have some vaccine or let the population get infected.
As well. To achieve herd immunity, we would need 60 to 80% of the population to get infected with this COVID-19. And really, are you ready for this? Anyone is ready for this? I don't think so. Because if it happens in this compressed time, in this right frame, in this like right now, right away, then the results will be disastrous. I read an article that in an e-conclave, a journalist, columnist of New York Times, Thomas, said that the best option before India right now is to opt for herd immunity to combat novel COVID-19 outbreak in India. He also said India should switch from lockdown to herd immunity as a strategy to tackle it. And he also said that sustaining lockdown for a long period of time could be challenging. And he also said that like people who have mild symptoms or no symptoms for COVID-19, they should be allowed to go out for work. And then when I read this article, this pushed me to read more about what is herd immunity and why he's saying so. Is it really a good strategy or not? So examples are here. I read so many articles today and let me give you some examples. So let's talk about Sweden first. Sweden imposed a different approach than any other European countries or any other countries in the world. They didn't impose a strict lockdown. They didn't impose a strict limits to citizens' lives. So what they did? Younger children continued to go to the school, although universities and school for older students have switched to distance learning. Businesses from saloon to restaurants have remained open there, although people advised to work from home if possible. And then on 7th April, the government announced a bill and they said that you should refrain from all non-essential travels. You should, whether it is domestic or international. So, what was the result of this relaxation, of the not imposing the strict lockdown?
Death rate in Sweden has now risen significantly higher than many other countries in Europe.
Reaching more than 22 per 100,000 people, according to the figures from Johns Hopkins University Controlled for Population.
And let me tell you, till now, Sweden has
19,621 confirmed cases and 1,005 deaths. So, among its population of 10.3 million people. So, what do you think? Is this strategy was successful? Let me give you one more example. Whereas Czech Republic, which has a similar sized population to Sweden, has recorded only 7,486 confirmed cases and 225 deaths, around 2 deaths per 100,000 people, because they imposed the strict lockdown in early March. And as the number rising, Swedish authorities have denied having a strategy to create herd immunity, and also Swedish health minister said that Sweden shares the same goal as all other countries. I'll write down the article's link in the description box, so you can also read this article which tells this, which states this. So now let me give you one more example. NYC, New York City, has gotten 20% of infection rate, means a third of what we need to achieve for herd immunity. That has cost nearly 20,000 lives. So means getting 60% would mean another 40,000 deaths in NYC. And this is not something we want, and this is not something world want, and this is not something NYC want. And you know what? If we follow this herd immunity strategy, you know what will happen? Like we are talking that how to flatten the curve, which is, you know, the huge rise or huge spikes in infections. Though people are saying that herd immunity we can, we can impose, but it will result in huge hospitalization exceeding capacity, skyrocketing deaths, and at that point of time we'll not be able to control it. We did not get smallpox herd immunity without vaccine. We did not get polio herd immunity without vaccine. We did not get TB herd immunity without vaccine. And achieving herd immunity without vaccine for COVID-19 can be very bad, can be devastating, can be disastrous. So by lockdown, we can slow down the transmission of COVID-19 until unless we have a vaccine or medicine for COVID-19. Otherwise, imposing herd immunity or imposing this strategy can be very, very deadly, can be very, very regrettable. So people, I hope you like this video and stay tuned for my next video, which is coming very, very soon. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Till then, take care, bye-bye, and stay healthy, stay safe.